Hi everyone, welcome to Sunroom Storytime. My name's Mr. Dan, and today I'm going to read Mr. Duck Means Business by Tammi Sauer, illustrated by Jeff Mack. This is a great story about friendship and gets me started to think about summer. Oh, see, my friend Jeff Mack signed it for me. Mr. Duck means business. He looks a little mad, doesn't he? Mr. Duck lived all by himself at the pond. Each day he followed a tight schedule. He's got a lot of signs about no trespassing, don't even think about it, private property of Mr. Duck. From 6 in the morning until 7, he would stretch his wings. From 7 until 8, he would fluff his feathers. At precisely 8:01, he would glide across the perfectly still water. "Ah," said Mr. Duck, "it's so peaceful, so quiet. I have everything I need." Day after day, week after week, and year after year, everything was the same, and Mr. Duck was very happy. Then one especially hot summer day, Mr. Duck had just begun his morning gliding when he saw Pig? Look out below! Oink, oink, splash! Mr. Duck sputtered, he muttered, he tail-a-fluttered, but Pig did not get the message. Look at Pig doing a dive into the water. Oh, who's coming next? Mr. Duck was all set to give Pig a strongly worded speech regarding private property when... "Well, there you are," said Cow. "Let's see your moves," called Pig. "Jump in." "You don't mind, do you, Mr. Duck?" said Cow as she plowed past. "Moo, moo, splash." Mr. Duck grumbled. He mumbled. He flip-flop fumbled. But Pig and Cow did not get the message. Ooh, are they doing some water ballet? Oh my gosh, look at this. Mr. Duck was all set to tell him what's what when, "Hey," said Goat, "we've been looking all over for you." "Anyone up for a game of Marco Polo?" called Pig. "Last one in's a rotten egg," cheeped a chick. "Come on, Mr. Duck," said Cow. "You're it." The water got wild, the scenery got crowded, and the peace and quiet, it was gone. Mr. Duck is not happy. Mr. Duck tapped, he flapped, he totally snapped. Quack! And somebody got the message. "Perhaps we overstayed our welcome," said Chick. "Oh," said the other animals. "Out, out, out of my pond!" cried Mr. Duck. "This time I mean business." "So sorry. My apologies. Goodbye for good," said Mr. Duck. "Sorry to have bothered you," said Chick. "Thanks for letting us swim in your pond." Alone at last, Mr. Duck returned to his routine. He stretched his wings. There was no splashy belly flopping. He fluffed his feathers. There was no annoying water ballet. He glided across the perfectly still water. There was certainly no rowdy round of Marco Polo. "Ah," said Mr. Duck, "it's so peaceful, so quiet, and that's just the way I like it." On Monday, quiet. Oh, do you see someone peeking? On Tuesday, very quiet. Who's behind the signs? On Wednesday, peaceful. On Thursday, very peaceful. On Friday, On Saturday, Mr. Duck twiddled his feathers, peacefully and quietly, of course. And on Sunday, Mr. Duck had a plan. Oh, is he painting a new sign? I wonder what it will say. These days, Mr. Duck still loves to stretch at 6. He still loves to fluff his feathers at 7. And he still loves to glide across the perfectly still water at precisely 8:01. But sometimes life calls for a little noise. Noise welcome from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Especially with friends. Oh, did Mr. Duck find a way to have fun with his friends? And that was Mr. Duck Means Business. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out our channel for more stories.